Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here. I do want to see all your thoughts down below in the comment section, because I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while since I've been this excited for a brand new update. The last few months have been bone dry, right? We have so much content headed our way. Sorry, wrong tab for some reason. I was, anyways, we have a brand new July update headed our way that's going to be jam-packed with updates, right? Let me show you the previous July update where, you can see it didn't really have much. I mean, compare it. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs here. When compared to the current update, there's so much that hasn't even been included. It was actually so bad last month, they added in a July events tab because it otherwise would have been empty. That's how bad it was. But I mean, come on, look. We have a brand new enter, brand new story expansion, a brand new piece of content that's never been released before, the architect sets, which I'm so excited about. This will let us test our strength to see just how good we are. We have a brand new weapon, a brand new shadow, finally, right? We have new Encore mission and instance dungeon bosses coming out, and the brand new Blessing Stone and Skill Rune application update coming out too. So there's so much headed for us that developers haven't even included here. I mean, come on, look, we had developer note recently, and there's even more. There's even more coming out when it comes to the Power of Destruction hard mode. That'll be a good way to test the whale strength to see just how strong they are. There's really been a lack of real content coming out, so I do want to see everyone's thoughts down below. What do you think about the brand new update? Is it enough? Is this a redemption period for Solving Rise? Because honestly, it's it's a bit late. We haven't had much content being released in the past few months, where a lot of players have been quitting. I feel like developers have realized this, so they want to drive some hype. They want to drive some anticipation. When it came to the recent survey, we had a little, I guess, bit of a teaser that Sung Il Hwan is going to come into the game. And very quick before I forget, your support was removed. So in 2 days, you can jump back in and support us yet again if you've got to extend. We have a lot of brand new codes coming out. So on the 30th, you can jump back in once more and support us for all the brand new codes that are coming out. Oh, baby. And make sure you join our Discord server. We have a few giveaways that are ending in a few days, so make sure you jump in and enter them. Otherwise, you're missing out on the free hundreds and hundreds of dollars that we have in there for you, of course. Which is honestly a step in the right direction. Even Igris is pretty much on the table when it comes to a potential hunter, quote-unquote hunter. We know it's a shadow, where we've really never seen a preview of him before, so I know a lot of players are hesitant. I feel like a lot of players want to keep the game true and pure to the actual Manhwan, the story we have, where shadows aren't hunters, but I can see why a lot of players would want Igris as a hunter in the game. That would be absolutely crazy. And a shout out to Laura, it's a bit awkward, 3%. Ooh, that's pretty rough there. It was actually so low, they couldn't even show it. That's how bad it was. Dvorka, though, I'm actually kind of surprised. A lot of gooners out there probably voted for her. It will be hilarious if my vote was on her as well. But yeah, I feel like the developers are pretty much considering the thoughts of the player base now, but previously, I mean, they had a hot streak. Well, it wasn't a hot streak, it was like a negative streak where they really failed to capture the thoughts of the player base. I mean, when it came to the brand new hunters being released, we we got a collab, albeit it was a good collab. The not necessarily the hunter choice, obviously. A lot of players weren't a fan of it, but the actual implementation of the update was really good. A lot of free units, a lot of events, but again, there wasn't really much to use these hunters on. The only thing out there to really, I guess, use these hunters out on was the Power of Destruction when it came to the light mode, even though it wasn't necessarily a huge must, and the guild boss, right? The guild boss you can definitely use these hunters on, so that was it. There's not really content in the game where we can really, and I mean really, use brand new hunters on, which is a shame, but now we're getting that brand new content. But is it too late? That's the question. I feel like if this update, the brand new one's coming out, came in last month, it would have saved a lot of players from quitting, but the fact that developers released it so late is kind of harsh when it comes to player satisfaction, though I am hopeful. I'm looking forward to what's to come because seriously, there is so much headed our way. When developers release these surveys, they're actually looking towards what the player bases want to see, such as when it comes to this question right here: are there any content that you like to see added in? I voted for high difficulty challenging content, which I think we're going to get when it comes to the Architect's Trial, but it looks like the number one choice was actually PvP content. Wow, oh wow. I gotta say I'm a fan of it. I know a lot of players are not. I know my viewer base very well. I would say at least 25% of you do not want PvP because, generally speaking, when it comes to gacha games, it's not an even playing field. It is going to be a whale mode or like a veteran player mode where you do need hunters, equipment, gear, etc. That's why I always pitch the thought where developers should add two modes when it comes to PvP. One is going to be a fair play mode where everyone is at the same level, right? Where you don't have any advantages when it comes to your advancement, your gear, your levels, etc. But then there's going to be another game mode where it's going to be literally a wallet mode to see just how big your wallet is. I feel like that's fair. So PvP and story content of the original work is pretty much winning here. I mean, you have to realize when it comes to the additions of the story modes and how developers plan it in terms of the scheduling, does have to follow a pretty tight timeline, right? Where you do have to plan their updates accordingly, so they can't really jump between all these story missions just yet and release them all at once. And yes, I'm saving my extra mode and hard mode and normal mode apparently for the brand new level expansion coming out. I'm going to be level 115 so fast. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get so much EXP, even my activity funds. I mean, look, I am prepped. Don't click claim, don't click it. I'm not gonna click it, but you can see we have 603 hours saved up. Let me click this, actually beautiful. But yeah, so we do have a lot of content in the future, but right now is when we want the content. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monarchs, and terrorists added into the game will be insane. I mean, that'll cause ripples in the community, but the game has to oh, no. The game has to survive that long. That's the issue, right? So really it's up to the devs to kind of understand what we want. Yes, the game is fun. If you start out, this is one of the best gacha games out there, but only for a certain period of time. But that could be said for pretty much every gacha game out there. But developers have a lot they could add to keep us busy. Right now, there's a reason why I don't jump in and stream this game every single day. It's because what will I stream, right? Yeah, I could stream my grind and Battlefield time, but that's just kind of repetitive and boring. Power destruction, sure. I could get like a billion more every few hours and just grind that score up. Or the guild boss, same thing. Get more rage count coming in, right? Go from 147 to 148, 9, etc. But that's not quote unquote very fun. Yes, it is content my viewers can watch and learn from, but it's not what we want. If we had co-op, if we had PvP, if we had very hard bosses with maybe, just maybe I'm pitching it, maybe unique drops we could potentially farm for. That's not too grindy, we're not sweaty players here. Solving rides is pretty casual overall. We just want content where we can jump in and enjoy. So that's why I feel like the next update is pretty much going to have a lot of that when it comes to the power destruction hard mode, where there is a global ranking where I do have the incentive to jump in and grind for. That'll be fun to do. And of course the brand new Architect's test, where it is going to be, from my understanding, I could be incorrect, where it is going to be an endless game mode. Yeah, when it comes to the Architect of Trials, it might be an endless, basically floor-ish system where we have seen in a lot of gacha games already. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to work. I'm all for it. No idea if it's going to be good or bad, but it should be a good system where we can finally push our limits. Please, developers, don't make this game mode a one and done. I want to grind, I want to test out brand new builds, and I want to struggle. But of course, for a lot of you, the workshop of Brilliant Light is pretty much that hard piece of content. When the hard mode does release, a lot of players do struggle. Not a lot, pretty much every player does struggle, if you're not a veteran or a whale or someone who pretty much grinds out the game. But I do want to say that's not enough, right? If we had something to always try to improve on, such as, again, the power section hard mode, where we do have to grind out a ranking, or the brand new Arc Architect's Trial, where it is potentially going to be an endless game mode. I'm very excited for it. We just have to see, and again in the comment section, let me know if you're excited or not. I do want to see your thoughts, of course, but on that note, that's pretty much all I had for you today. I do want to mention when it comes to support a program, yes, it's on pause right now, so you can't support until the 30th of this month. So in like 2-ish days, you can jump back in and support us yet again. Everyone's support was removed, so you have to jump back in and support us yet again. And I do want to give a big shout out to Shira, the first commenter on our last video. Here's a shout and enjoy that juicy exclusive Discord role. And do not forget to join our Discord server. We have a lot of giveaways in there for you. But on that note, this is your Code Kings F signing out. I'll catch you next juicy video, of course.